your fate may not be in your hands. So LEV desperately need this map win.
And let's remember what Desmo said. Actually, quite an insightful interview as far as halftime interviews go from coaches. He said they were taking space back off us, or just off us in general, so effortlessly. They were playing so up-tempo, so disrespectfully. We need to try and play into that more. Less reactive, more proactive. Let's get our brand of gameplay out there.
This is definitely a comp to get more proactive and play disrespectfully with, that's for sure. KRU off the jump though, they want to fight 4 players, 2 down short, 2 down long. Okeano's taking point.
He's on the swing, Paranoia is going to be an issue, and they're able to capitalize on it. Blinded up is Sato, nothing he could do. Now the players from A-Long also emerge. It's a lobby flooded with KRU Visa bodies, and they've done their job here.
It seems like the LEV squad just got torn apart by the vulnerability that was thrown out. Kesnet using his utility there, while everybody from KRU swung together. And now with a minute left on the clock, LEV are going to need to find a way to isolate a player, try and find a pick. Both Kesnet and Meler very low on HP, but the team is just staying grouped up. The death ball approach, just trade things out with the numbers advantage.
I think the tone's been set for what to expect on this A side of the map. That combination of Paranoia and Undercut, pretty devastating.
Yeah, it absolutely cooked them. Absolutely cooked LEV.
So here the death ball makes its way through. Tex likely to be bowled over. Found 2.
A little lucky.
The price of 1 even things up a little bit more. If Com can find a kill here, if not more, this might be looking a bit more favorable. And so Kesnet Mazzino fall to his head. It's on Shy. And he's in a post plant.
Surely he doesn't win another clutch.
No. Preserve the sacred timeline for the love of God. Paranoia comes through. Shy's able to get ahead of it. Halved it. Damage in. Not bad. Not bad. And an unlikely clutch back from Levitan after the round started horribly for them.
Just connecting all of the shots, actually aim diffing them. Tex getting a little bit lucky with that lineup over at long, not gonna lie. This opening fight from KRU was perfect. It's exactly what you said. It was the combination of that Paranoia and the undercut players getting vulnerable up. Easy kills.
Composure from those two. Yeah, I concur. That's basically what I said, Sato. And look, I mean, Tex and Com, 2 players who we were probably looking to really make their mark on this map after a quieter map 1 in this series.
Unlucky. Anyway, back to Sato making his mark on the series. Go on.
Hoping to even more so there. No, it was Tex and Com. I was gonna broach 2 players that we were in the back seat a little bit more so in that previous map. Once again, KRU, the death ball. That's what they do.
Just want to min-max homers at all times. Okay, Tex is isolated and goes down. Not much of an upgrade, though, from Mazzino.
And easily handled by Sato's Marshall. Date Crash will give Sato the fallback option to get proper value off that weapon in the post plant. And now KRU will converge. Some Heaven presence. Some players towards Link here. Set up nicely to perish to the blast, as that likely is the main game plan for the defenders here.
And I do want to see, just so overall with KRU, sort of similar to Binds, how much they're going to be able to stabilize and make sense of their own play on this map this week, given how the matchup last week against Loud here too was just utter pandemonium.
Yes.
And we've seen that from them on Bind. It's that controlled aggression. Calm goes down, uses one of the Guardians. A little unfortunate, but not the worst circumstance. Sato was able to grab one of the other ones.
Yeah, I felt like Bind was very, frantic, but also relatively focused aggression from KRU. Oh, free haircuts, anybody?
Made up for it all.
Yes, he made good on that in the end. Right, so let's get out to the start that we're looking for. Bonus will include a Stinger and a couple of Guardians, but outside of that, armed to the teeth.
Looks like KRU are ready to go for another A-main fight. Dark cover, there goes the undercut. Some spam maybe coming through from Kesnet, but not able to connect anything. Shield popped. That certainly implies he's ready for the refight. And they are going to just deny him of the opportunity to do so by dropping a smoke in his face and patiently waiting out that shield to expire.
All right, double tap gone. Meanwhile, Mizzino's gone wandering up long here. A chance you'd think for Dante to emerge, but King cut into the quick instantly.
That's all of KRU just trying to fight together, but not able to get the kills. Can Melser be the hero of the round?
He has a paranoia and he's gotten himself into an anchoring position. Gets clear of the relay bolt. They don't know he's here right now. And that's what happens. Okeanos blindsided by Melser, steps up and it's a spray through the smoke as well. It's down to combat 16 health. It's hardly enough to hang your hat on.
That was some really marvelous positioning from Melser. I love that he just plays just outside of the dark cover there. Ready to swing to kill someone backside.
He got into that side, yeah.
That was so cool. That was really well played.
I guess he refused
Really
to
cool.
let himself be caught inside Link or something similar.
30 seconds left.
That really broke the conditioning of Levitan there. Subtle, but it just derailed them.
And that's unfortunate for Calm. He's about to get tagged up by the camera and rest in peace.
16 health
Surely.
and revealed. Cyber Cage. Shielding him from view, but would have been an easy pick-up for KRU. And now, obviously a pretty face-up position for Com to fall back to. But never count him out. In the post plant. In a decent spot for it too. There's Melser finishing the job. Limped over to the side, he did. Com still able to find the plant, but my goodness. What a round from Melser inside that A site.
Some real heroics from him that were more about the brain and less about the aim. He just positions himself well. Gets into that site just at the perfect moment in time before it was completely overwhelmed by LEV. Really well played.
Just cut the side up so beautifully. That second one, well, you know, you make your own luck.
Melser has had moments this year where he just suddenly takes over a game. Like I remember even back in kickoff, he was randomly putting up like a 25 and 8. I mean, these days he's really just locked in on the IGLing, but is always capable of just suddenly giving you a moment like that.
We're talking about the Melser, by the way, who had his IGLing role taken away from him. And I quote, I think it was Klaus saying, yeah, he can't IGL and play at the same time. So someone else is going to do it.
I mean, he is taken and lost and regained and given up again the IGL role so many times. Tex is having some struggles, man. It's been even just unlucky for him in a moment like that. He is looking kind of cursed in this game right now. Maybe it's because he took the hat off. He doesn't have his Tanner from high school snap back on.
Someone slashed his tires in Valorant terms. He's really not going to be able to get off the starter's block in this round. Still, over towards the A site we go. Okay, a little shock dart. Mizzino will be able to avoid it. No, the timing looked good for Dante, but Tex has been able to make use of his limited health pool. Steps up this Mizzino.
Also trying to get back in and take a fight. Kezen is
again.
rotated away at the wrong time.
There's no way they're not going to go for this, surely. Caught out. Doesn't quite have the right weapon for it in fairness, but there's Kezen that Com dealt with, and now he's still sat up in heaven.
Yeah, that's the spike dropped.
Don't plant.
Try to swing out. Tex is so low.
They've got no choice. They've got to go back for this. They've got to both go back for this spike. And Kezen makes short work of Oki.
No, don't you dare. Do not dare use the kill contract.
King and Kesnet. King holds his nerves and holds M1. Keeps his team out in the lead. There's no way, bros. Kill contract.
I mean, that would have been,
So
that would have been for the content. That's the content brain move, honestly, ripping the kill contract there. But trying to take a swing off of timing where King needs to plan. Yeah, I mean, more reasonable, I
Not
guess.
as glamorous, I will admit. Once again, Melser tries to play himself into that A side by faking a TP back to Link. Come on! Come on, Kesnet! Oh, I can read lips.
This LEV team got a lot of energy, man.
Yeah, yes.
The vibes for this team have felt just organically great this stage, you know? Just feels like they're naturally clicking as a team. And it just honestly feels wrong that they're 1 and 2 right now. It just doesn't feel right.
It really needs the context of this wider group.
Games have just been so damn close.
Cutting through.
I mean, they barely lost to NRG last week. The last map was a 13-11.
The things that this guy had to do to get them there. to that map 3. Unspeakable. Sato in round 5, still only the 1 kill so far for this game. Not quite the same early impact we saw.
I got the spike.
Suffice to say, this A side is under the control of Levitan. Good spot to be in. Full retake protocols here for KRU. And notice the weaponry is all over the place, especially for KRU Visa. We've got a couple of stingers here.
Okeano sees that shield pops, it just immediately stuns. KRU are still denied from even getting through this choke point. Oh my god, the teleport.
Very clever there. Melser's always got an angle, doesn't he? Always a way in. Now we're down to 3 on the Levitan side. This is getting a little dicey, and the stingers are singing out. It's King on the swing, caught inside the kill contract, and Big Daddy Kesnet's come knocking. You best be opening that door. Com's going to back away. Kesnet low on time, lost his teammates while he was inside the kill contract, and Com has the Hunter's Fury after the fact. And the double tap won't save Kesnet. Com for 3, LEV up by 3. And this, a volatile map to follow that bind.
Got a little bit of personal revenge though, getting the kill on King in the kill contract with the 1 tap. Didn't win the round, but you know, evens the odds from the last 1v1
So how do you feel about the timing of the kill contract there?
I respect it. I mean, that was player advantage in a situation that seemed totally unwinnable. This teleport up top from Melser, that was obscured by some of the util going in. At the same time, there was the recon. He gets that free kill. I mean, that was a great time to use it because theoretically it would have just left the other LEV player isolated and alone. But ultimately, the fact that KRU still just don't have the best arsenal of shields and weaponry and scrambling for time. Yeah, it just ends up crumbling. But hey, that was a fair shot at using it and actually converting an eco round.
3 rounds in a row, we watched Melser.
No, and Mitch, that isn't a Labubu. Have you learned?
No, I have now. Yeah, no, okay, I know.
Good.
It's too big. Yeah, and it doesn't have the face. Yeah. But there are lots of varieties of them, I've now discovered.
Yeah, you're really...
There's a lot of Labubus.
Really in touch with the youth, right?
Yeah. No, I've had it explained by those
like
more...
Josh, which is diabolical, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? He's really got his finger on the pulse, White, you see. Yeah. Apparently, like the amount of plat chat appearances correlates to your, being in the mix, and you've kind of fallen off in that regard lately. So, what's happening there?
It's tough. It also correlates to loss of hair. So I'm doing all right, bro.
I see. That's why you're keeping your distance. Respect it. All right, round 6 just around the corner. Like we were mentioning, Melser's again like 3 rounds in a row. He's done the most to give himself the best chance of success, and even with like a classic, he's able to play himself into that site. We've enjoyed seeing that from him, but it takes more. Do KRU have it? Oh wow, the first time we're really exploring this part of the map. Outside of that late rotate from Com in 1v2. Garage control, nobody really operating that part of the map.
We've gotten all of this side control right now. This Hunter's Fury does get that one connection shot. Wants to get in off the back of it. Maybe just some spam or something, but not able to. Denied by Tex when the dark cover drops.
Levitan really determined not to give that foothold to KRU to play themselves in. Some garage presence here, also going to be taken up by Dante Deus as he gets in there. Well, one-way smoke maybe to play him in properly. Here comes the 3-player push from the backside, but Sato, sharp, finds his first. Tex there to try and follow it up, and Melser, again it's Melser! Now, the protocols shift. LEV have to play much more passively off the side here.
Com has no utility, no shock darts.
King neither. They've just got to go raw source, no catch up, and Dante gobbles him down.
Melser had some really excellent peaks there. That little jiggle re-swing back in from spawn to get the second duel win. That was really smooth. He's turning up on this map. Sat at 7-3. It's pretty much outright won the 2 rounds for KRU at this point that they have won with this 2K.
They're playing to the Lux position really well, yeah.
2 players double faced, but he's able to use his movement to isolate duels regardless. Has the perfect crosshair placement there as well. Has some really slick gameplay.
He was in that interview with King, right? No hard feelings, right, buddy? Keep me from the team.
I mean, it feels like at some point all these players cut each other, rejoin the team with each other. It's just the history of LEV and KRU.
Rolling in the same circles for quite some time. He's a fast lane to quickly get LEV here onto the B side. Melser is in, gets his, and Shy also threatening from that link position. Oh, this guy is unchained! 3 for Melser, and he's far from done. Com under extreme pressure, and Mazzino steps up. Hex trying to salvage, just no hope. Mel's on one today. That is terrifying.
He is going nuts right now. Shy was in a lot of trouble. Things got awkward for him after Okeanos was pressing forward off that relay bolt, and Melser just saved the day.
Yep.
Swing back, sight, initial spam kill.
It feels like sometimes you see players, especially controller players, I see it, they hit with that spark of inspiration on a certain day, making use of that util in sort of very different ways, breaking that conditioning and taking people by surprise. Nice little 10 and 3 for Melser.
It's looking like another dark cover into the undercut main. Lever going so fast though.
And Sato's getting pounded. It's been a tough row the last couple of rounds. Here comes Oki though. Overdrive active. Contingency just to force him back for a moment. I like to see that ultimate expire before he has the chance to make use of his Tex. Gets a little fortunate there as Shy was first to the punch.
He's really starting to get into the game. What a teleport from Melser. This is great if there was a pivot towards C, just having control of long, but B is ultimately going to be the final destination of this spike. So we'll have to meet back up with the rest of his teammates. Dante's going to get all of this info towards sight. Dimensional drift going to expire soon. Multiple flashes to play with though. Oh, what a shot from Calm.
Maybe Kason could have waited a little bit longer for Dante to come out of drift there, but still he can flash himself into it, even has time to make a correction. Weapon exchange, no Texas behind the barrier. Oh my God! He is the Inferno!
The aim that he's displayed this week and last week has just been shocking, to say the least. I mean, it took him a little bit to heat up. I remember back in week 1, we were overreacting. Though some of us were nervous about his first performance just being quite middling. And now that we're just past midway through this stage, he is looking exactly as advertised. What we saw from him back at Ascension at the end of 2024. He is just different. That was essentially a 1v3. Crew were all over the map. Melser kind of, I don't know what was going on. Bro got lost on the map. He didn't know where to go.
That TP over towards CeeLo.
And then from there, it was just, I don't know. He was exploring, but Dante just basically isolated wins a 1v3.
And that's after,
so sick.
The spacing for Kezen, he's a little bit early. Maybe he's just predicting Dante to come out of drift a little quicker than he does.
And respect to Calm, because he actually takes that timing of, wait, I can just take this fight before Dante's out of it. I'm just going to get this kill real quick. Yeah, that was a cool play from Calm as well.
And he obviously leading the way right now for Levitan. But the usual suspects are the ones we want to see get into the game, or I don't know, the duelists struggling. Okeanos and Sato really not getting any traction on the map yet.
I mean, hey, but historically speaking, Dante just kind of has Sato's number. I mean, if you go back to Ascension, the team that Dante was on all night, they were 4-0 in maps against Sato on Dolores. And one of those series, he put up 19 and 3 first kills to first deaths.
That team, though, were the
Obviously, very different teams here.
They were the most psychotic, most aggressive.
Sounds like Crew to me.
Face to the barrier team I've ever seen.
Sounds like Crew to me.
It's crazy to think that he's been tempered somewhat on this Crew roster, and he's still doing this kind of stuff. That team is bonkers.
Mental. It is mental. Oh my God, Messino just shuts down King on his lonesome. No one from LEV able to assist. And even if they try, they don't really have the weaponry to do so.
Athena points this out on the desk in between the maps, and I've got to agree. You know, despite what Crew are doing, they're looking incredible. LEV have felt disjointed at times. That cohesion is not there, not to the degree they need it to be.
Yeah, it does feel like it's waning compared to where they were at last week in that banger game against NRG. Obviously, they're still in this. It's only tied up, and it's early days here on Haven, but it feels like Crew have really captured some momentum.
I'm saying 4 defense rounds. You've got to feel good on Haven to be able to stack those so early.
Just thinking about buying, like, Lev couldn't recover after that clutch mentally to get back into the game. Okeanos with a great kill there, but instantly traded out by Shy, and a perfect time for the neural theft as well.
Kezen now sees 2 players back behind the side. They're going to flash themselves around the corner, but Kezen's ready for it. The spacing awkward again. Sato ducked out of line of sight. I mean, Xena finds yet another unlikely pickup. It's on Com.
Yeah, when it comes to Haven and a post point, you can always trust Com to be pretty much playing far away for some of those lineups, and unfortunately when it gets into a situation like that, though isolated, he just doesn't have a chance.
He has Hunter's Fury. He has everything he needs to play a pretty powerful post plant. But Lev double swinging around the side, trying to take a fight into backseat to secure it. Maybe throw a smoke down there and stall out. So he never has a chance to really execute the post plant game plan. He's going to fight for it.
Yeah, they're just not easing up. They're not giving a moment for Lev to breathe and set up anything. Shy just gets that instant trade onto Okeanos, and right after that, they're just swinging through spawn straight away. The two players on site getting pressured by Kesnet immediately. And KRU are right back to just fighting for A long. Look at all of this presence.
It's the same again. This is their pistol round strat.
And then when you need to, you can just have Dante teleport away. Lev are trying to pivot way faster this time, though, after losing A, after knowing that all that presence is there. Let's get into C before KRU can get there and try to flood onto us. Let's get in the site. Let's try to set something up in a post plan.
Great way to punish a commitment on the other side of the map. Tech's lucky there. Looks like the line of sight wasn't really available to Shy. Hunter's Fury, though, takes the Cypher out of the game. That is, of course, a neural theft now off the table. Bomb set up. One is good. Two, not so much. It's Kesnet able to get under it. And in they go. Double tap is active. KRU want to fight for this, and they want to fight for it now.
Lev want to flip the map, though. Maybe try to isolate a fight against Mazzino, who's still back in spawn. This is the opportunity for the KRU players to get forward, and the kill contract takes one away.
All right. We'll see what comes of that. It's King v Kesnet yet again. The double tap gives him the edge he needs, and now Dante reappears. And KRU! Man, when the rubber hits the road, these guys are just shooters, pure and simple. You get shot, you die.
Lev just did not know where to go to find a fight. I mean, they had the right idea, which is to try and flip the map, get an engagement with our numbers against one solo player forward. They were hoping it would have been Mazzino, but he just played even further back, and then one of them is just taken away by Kesnet. And that gives an opportunity for Mazzino to take a fight and no one to trade. It's just so many little things adding up. It's so decisive from KRU. You can just feel Lev being suffocated in all of these rounds.
They had the rug pulled out from under them there. That kill contract.
Now it's just back to basics. Let's just hit C.
Okay.
We have not found success with anything else.
They're inside the site. KRU are refusing to play off of this. Dante backside. Shy has also got that off angle, but caught out by the relay ball. It just doesn't matter. Dante for three yet again. Sharp as they come, and Melser continues to demonstrate excellence in the fight. You cannot out-anchor these guys. KRU will fight you on these sites.
And this is why sometimes, oh man, a fast hit against a Yoru comp just cannot work. You are hitting a brick wall. They already had 3 players on C to anchor this, along with Shy's setup.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
Does the bell toll for Lev? I agree, observers. Back we go. Similar approach to this C site, and again, KRU played themselves in early. Once again, it's
just some spam onto Okeanos. This is all really just an attempt at a fake.
They sold it dearly, and Kesnet again is going to be waiting for them. Just chomps them down inside lobby.
Because there's just no reason to do anything but wait. Spike is now dropped. There's no hope for Lev to get back into this round, surely. All of KRU are grouping up. That attempt at a fake in the last round.
That hard time couldn't come quick enough for Lev here. The game's getting away from them.
They need to get on the defense. Like, they just can't figure anything out on this half. KRU have absolutely dismantled them.
Not the way that we thought this derby would be playing out, folks. KRU Visa look lethal. They're shooters, and honestly, they're more than happy to fight Lev on their own terms. Look at this dominance show. Mel's at 14-4.
Run. Crazy. I mean, yeah, that again, it feels like there are these rounds where a player on KRU is able to clutch up, make some magic happen, and Lev just can't recover past that point. Melser gets them back into that game in that 2 versus 3, and then there's that Dante moment as well, and it's just wraps from there.
We've got Dryad, though, standing by with a sideline report here on KRU Visa. Let's cross over and check it out.
Thank you, guys. I got the chance to listen to KRU Visa's voice comms right now to see what the vibe is and to turn it around into that first half. There's a couple things that they do that I found really interesting. They define things like active plays and reactive plays to go into these rounds. So when they're going for an active play are usually the plans that they have before the round, the brawl fights that we see early on, the brawl fights that characterize KRU Visa a little bit. But when you go a little bit more reactive, it depends more in the late rounds when they have a read on where the enemy team is going to be located, where Sato is going to be located sometimes, and how they're going to play this out. Meler is calling a little bit towards the beginning of these rounds for the general idea of what they're going to do. And then you have a little bit more of Mazino, who is constantly having a read on where the next ultimates are going to be coming through for the other side of Levitan. Everybody else is having their input in the late rounds because you see how clutch these players have to be. So it's little things like information, positioning, and also just giving the confidence after the rounds. And that's something that Kesnet is doing constantly. Just bringing the vibe up, making sure that the team is staying the same way. And then the last thing that I feel like it's worth mentioning is how Adam and Sonic work together behind the scenes. You have a lot of support between both of them. They have a read on when things were getting a little messy towards the beginning, how they're going to turn it around with those specific role fights that we have around, making sure that they're always one step ahead of what Levitan were doing to them. And that's how they have the advantage right now. So there's a lot of cool things going on for KRU Visa and the communication. And that being said, I'll send it back to the casters.
I mean, can't argue with these more active plays that it seems KRU have been more invested in going for. I mean, again, like just to return to the context of this game, this Omega group is really close. We've got 2 teams at 2 and 1, Hunter Thieves and Visa KRU, and then we've got 3 teams at 1 and 2, Levitan, Loud, and MIBR forced to 1 and 3 after that result yesterday. So playoffs still on the line for both of these sides, but going into week 5 at 1 and 3 means that you don't really have control of your own destiny, even if you win that game. In fact, you have to win that game to even have a shot at making playoffs. And for a team like LEV, who's was present at Champions last year, if they want to run it back, they need to come alive right about now.
Last time they played Haven, they were so aggressive on defense. And at times, there was a major disconnection between the Neon and the rest of the pack. They will have definitely needed to clean that up to be able to run things back here, take us to Ascent, try to stay in this series. Kesnet is totally caught on his own on C. And now LEV can just set up for an honest 5-on-4 retake. But I like Mazino's idea here. Look at that reflank coming through C.
Yeah, we flipped the map. With LEV getting so deep down that part of the map, it's going to be King able to whip on Mazino's direction. It's a clean pistol round, folks. No other way to put it. Dante Deus not able to show us that multi-kill prowess we saw in the first half. And so this had to happen for LEV. It was a requirement. Pistol round in the second half now. 1. The lead of KRU shrunk to 3.
Feels good for them to get an easy one on the board. I think just having a sixth sense about a potential flank timing.
I mean, getting to beat that ISO player with shield in that pistol round, getting the drop on him is huge.
Yeah, 100%. ISO is just so dominant when you're playing out pistols. That is exactly the start that Levitan needed on defense. Both just in terms of the rounds and honestly keeping their mental on track, not letting things get out of control as it did on Bind. Remember, that was 6-6, and then KRU just wins 7 rounds in a row, and the game is done in a flash. Let's see if they can continue, stabilize into this second round. Wow, actually, Melser, nice guy, IGL, spends all of his money just to give Dante a Guardian.
Well, he's up front and in a position to make use of it. Pretty proactive from KRU, even though economically they are not really in the same postcode as LEV. Now some slow exploration, maybe an attempt to clear some of this U-tool towards Garage, but doggedly, Tex is actually protecting it.
I mean, this is really just, let's see if Dante can do something.
Sato, nothing off those couple of shots. We force off that line. Here comes the double tap for Kesnet. Wants to get his hands dirty in on the site. And it's been vacated by Sato.
Yeah, needed to teleport out of there for sure. What can KRU actually set up, though, now? Okeanos getting a spam kill immediately onto Dante. Guardian recovered, though.
Okay, Sato ready to receive. Arms wide open and Shy and Kesnet fall in a screaming heap.
That
well, they got the
plant. Just about as easy as the pistol round, honestly. For Levitan, 2 super clean ones back to back. They're going to be able to grab that Guardian as well. So They have a pretty decent buy coming into this bonus attempt. Investment from Meler does not end up paying off in any capacity.
One enemy remaining.
All right, back to brass tacks we go. Meler spending. So the Guardian could be held by Dante, obviously only on a stinger this round. Considering his performance in this game, crazy that he takes a back seat in that regard. Stinger though, we've seen this is VCT Americas. Sure, there's some application for it this round.
Dante wants to get into A main and of course can teleport away when all of that defensive util is going to be thrown there. How far do LEV want to push this? There's a tripwire.
Deploying drone.
Crew have already pivoted. They want to get into Garage off the drone from Mazzino.
Guy backing up on this. That is a big kill. Knocked down to 10. That's the Outlaw speaking.
Yeah, even bigger that he can escape, but is actually hunted down.
And oh, Kianos with the Guardian. Heads are rolling. Honestly, that was looking a little bit uncomfortable there for LEV. They realized they'd overextended. They kind of had to make something happen.
Now they're just going to fall back, not go for any more. Should be a plant going down for Mazzino. Him and Meler in a 2 versus 4. Now, he doesn't want to plant just yet. He wants to see if he can sniff out one of these players, get it into a 2 versus 3 first. But it just doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
Tex has to narrow down here between B presence or a move out towards C.
30 seconds left.
Guardian's getting all too much value this round.
Look at how fast Okeanos is running over here to support Tex. 20 seconds left. Mazzino knows he has to take this duel. Does win it out.
From here on out, though, it's going to be a tough climb. And the death ball, including Oki at the front. But his 4th kill of the round. LEV have been flawless on this second half, and they've almost closed the gap entirely.
We haven't gotten to see a ton of Okeanos playing Duelist in VCT yet. It's mostly been initiator roles. But if you've been a viewer of challengers in the past, just tier 2 Valorant for many years now, he has been a Duelist main. He has racked up thousands of rounds on each different Duelist agent, just playing in tier 2 tournaments. Like a real grinder on those agents for sure. And so I do think this team has a lot of potential leaning into double Duelists, especially when you just consider how good Sato's Room has been.
Ooh, tough. The Outlaw struggles sometimes to get past the double tap shield, and Dante, well, he got purchased with that stinger. Kesner gets in there as well. No, it's a round that shouldn't be happening this way, but it's just crew things at this point.
One enemy remaining.
Even up to a 2v2, gun upgraded, and Dante calls the cancel. Gets on out of B, but we are post-plant. That is snappy work, but he needs to stop this defuse. King is going to be sitting there happy as Larry. There's a peacock. Another round delivered for Levitan.
Just over in a flash. King steps up for the team. He's been having a great stage too, individually. Genuinely one of the most consistent players year after year at the high level in VCT Americas. For the first time ever was struggling, a little bit in his stage 1, particularly as were the team as a whole. So how much do you want to attribute to him specifically or just the team? I don't know, that's up to you, but man, he is back in form over the course of this stage.
Hardball round. Could have gone either way, but that was crew, of course, on that stinger by now. Proper weapons in hand. Dante unsuccessful, though, over towards A-Long.
That's just a dry peek from Sato. Wins out the duel. Shy is hoping to try and trade this back late on the drop. Okeanos spotted it, though.
He has all the information. He also saw Kesnet get pinged out just now.
What is this? Are we just getting the reverse of bind now? On the half swap, other team wins the bonus round and just take the game over?
Sure as
This
hell
one's
looks
already
like
done. It's time to save. Crew are dead broke if they lose weapons here.
Yeah, it's the least egregious 3-gun save I've seen the last couple of weeks. There's just really nothing to do. Look, look where the kills happen. You know what I'm talking about.
We haven't seen a LEV save yet today. We have not seen any LEV save situation.
Little 4-gun save.
4-on-4, save 4 guns.
Yeah, that one.
Not going for that yet. Mostly because they're killing everybody.
Yes.
Mostly because they're winning the rounds. Just not even been a situation.
So let's dial it back, because one thing that LEV have been doing very well is asserting themselves to that A-Long part of the map. Couple of rounds now, including the pistol round. They stave off any interlopers. They've been able to lock it down quite nice. I think Melzer tried to TP across, get on the bricks at one point.
Yeah, it's just having access to, especially the relay bolt with the neon, to be able to send into A main. a la Breach era of earlier this year, just being able to stun that choke point off and run up long so quick. Like, there's
10
just so many
seconds
good
left.
tools with this comp to be able to do it.
Nothing if not crowd pleasers, our observers. Here we are. 17 rounds of gameplay. LEV get up into the lead. This time, staunch hold on the A side of the map is what gets them there.
Thinking out loud.
Now, KRU, they do have the dimensional drift to play with. Coach Adam is going to call a timeout at a crucial point in this game as LEV have taken the lead.
Hey, Venice, that was...
The most interesting part of the round?
Yes.
I would say so, yeah.
All right, so yeah, the classic 3-gun save in the timeout, so KRU have a little bit more time to get their ducks in a row because, yes, forgivable, losing the pistol round, not getting started there, that's fine. They have a decent sort of stinger force that gets them very close. Not quite, though. King's able to find that defuse. Then, it's a buy round that looks atrocious. They get steamrolled instantly on the A side of the map. So nothing out of the box has been working here for KRU. Granted, they've only had 2 chances to really execute on some proper strategies with, you know, weapon parity, so to speak.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they want to do with the dimensional drift. It's just going to be such a challenge for them to try and take these A fights early. I don't think they have the utility to really contend with LEV when they're there at full force. It's also possible in this round they try to kind of round the world, get some orbs for Kesnet because he's really close to the ISO ult. Could try to get towards a kill contract if they want.
Yeah, and it's the kind of round expect KRU to have a game plan to employ these weapons they've gone up into. Meler again still suffering economically as the ripple effect of that sort of second round buy being felt.
Looks like maybe Sato wants to get aggressive towards mid. No, just going to hold the angle more passively. Both duels were positioned there, and here's the teleport away.
Show me a target.
Pop from Kesnet to break into garage early. Trip going to be broken as well, and escape without taking any damage. So LEV having to fully give up that part of the map, completely conceded. The cam is going to give any info if KRU actually made their way into C, but you know, for all they know, they could be positioned in garage right now. And now it's time for the mid-re-clear of A, or mid-round re-clear of A, rather.
So what opportunities does this noise-cutting garage create for KRU? Are LEV liable to walk into a setup here? Might try and make that mid-re-clear happen now.
Calm just swings out and dips Dante on the angle. Backs up after getting a bit more information.
They've got no choice. They've kind of got to go for this, Wyatt.
Yeah, they are just slowly working their way forward. For all they know, LEV could be flanking down mid. Shy is stuck in the smoke. Calm is on the angle. KRU are just full contact.
30 seconds left.
Next couple seconds, they've got to go, but the paranoia saves them off again. Now we're down to 23 seconds. This is not played out the way KRU would have liked. There's the paranoia that comes in, but King with the Phantom gets active on the side, and Okeanos, overloaded as he is, hope to shut them down, but is shy of the later timing. Doesn't really have the weapon for that running gun pass. Calm asserts himself yet again. Stays at the top.
Calm does such a great job there, just being able to make sure that he's only facing one player at a time. Collects both at the end.
Such a stabilizing presence that whole round, Calm.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's this kill too, just opens it up in a 1v1 against Dante.
One enemy remaining.
Almost wrangled it back, just swinging back sight together. What a play from Calm. He had such an impressive first couple of weeks and then had a really unfortunate drop-off in that close game against NRG week 3, but right now he is just getting his team into the lead, winning out crucial rounds. KRU here, they're on a pretty bad buy, right back to the Stingers.
And you invoked this very idea, but we are watching KRU have a completely lifeless second half on this map.
They weren't even able to, in that buy round, activate any of their idea of what they wanted to do with the ults that they had. Now they have all 5 of them, but unless this round gets close, in terms of getting some kills with the Stingers, I don't know how many they want to use. Well, dimensional drift though. They want to get into the site off the back of it.
Feels like they're committing once again. No push and pull, just all up front action from KRU. Melsa Stinger once again involved in the fight. Sato going down, but elsewhere Okeanos absolutely ruins them.
Down. C.
Shy's 12 health. Surely it's not to be. And once again, with KRU, there's no push and pull in these early rounds. They are very much committed on that first opening that they create with the dimensional drift.
It's crazy. It is actually just bind, but in reverse with Lev on Haven. I gotta say, this is a game as well for Lev that is just displaying the depth of the personnel on the roster. This is so heavily contrast to that last game where Sato had to drop 35 for them to get over the finish line. This is everyone contributing. Full team effort to run this back and steal away the lead. Extend the lead now.
And the energy is really there after being down 4-8.
Oh, that's what the two new guys for the team have brought as well. Not just that hunger, making it into the league, the firepower, but they bring energy to this team.
Lev had 3 players on a flank route here. It's going to be covered by 2 for KRU, but yep, Sato now he's going to park in the sewer. He's going to see this. Flash to set up the rest of the team. That's an opening now. You can see Okeanos trying to make his way on in as well. Shy dealt with it, traded out. Oh, Kesnet! Fast reactions there allows him to find Sato as he pops out of the drift. Now Lev, rich as they are, very limited ways into this A site.
Yeah, Tech's going to see if he can just deal a little bit of damage, maybe rip some guns away while KRU have to escape from the site before the spike goes off. I like the idea that, you know, Sato and Oki had there, using the dimensional drift and then the relay bolt off the ping. You know, it's flashbacks to the Breach and Yoru meta of old, but you're sending a relay bolt instead of the fault line. Bomb goes down, trying to get some exits. Doesn't really matter. He's got a ton of cash. But Kesnet just able to win out those couple duels is just all it takes to actually win out that round. Sato just getting out of that ult a little bit too late. Doesn't have the gun out in time. Yeah, you can just see this from Kesnet's point of view. Finds the trade, and yeah, Sato just doesn't have a window to shoot yet.
Yep. And by no means are KRU really stabilized here, but there's a couple of ultimates to allow them to keep rolling. Still waiting to see what this kill contract is supposed to be made of. Kesnet really been holding back on that. Hades Fury also for Mazzino. Again, Lev have been very strong on this part of the map. It's been really difficult to get past him. But Sato! Oki steals the ace away. Well, the impact was still felt one way or another. Earth-shattering moment for the two newcomers of Levitan. KRU in shambles.
This just feels like a display of the future of VCT Americas, genuinely. These new players that have joined up the league halfway through this year are just taking over. This sequence of shots is outrageous.
Oh, it's a texture moment.
Outrageous.
Map point here for Levitan. Slow going for KRU. Stopped in their tracks by the pros of tomorrow. And I don't think they're going back to A-Long anymore on this map. They are done.
No, it's stopped. No more early A-Long fights. It's over. I mean, this is basically almost for Lev at the end of the half. Like, oh my god, we can't do anything on the map. Let's just hit C.
Let's just run it down.
Just run it down on C. And hey, they've taken the site, to be fair. No one from Lev posted up here. They just have to remove a couple darts. But do Lev want to flood? No, they can't. They're denied by that Hunter's Fury.
Mazzino denies them away in. Couple of stingers here means that Dante needs to play up close to enable them. Not bad. Sato and Tex dealt without those stingers, fighting one each. They're going to try and play into the site regardless. Left would love to be done here. Key in com, flush with cash, so could definitely go for this.
I like how KRU are playing this super aggro, just stuffing them at the choke. Common's trying to go for a rotate, get over towards Garage. I mean, at this point, they're not going for the round win. They're going to deal as much damage as they
Last
can.
player standing.
Not going to be any from King, no, and Common shot to the box before he gets to the grip.
Life in the Miets. KRU, yeah, it looks pretty straightforward, simple.
Oh, that's as straightforward
Walk
as
up on
it
a
gets.
C.
Just C-slam into, we have stingers.
They
Just keep
fight
running
for
at
the
him. Just
backside,
keep
yeah.
running at him. Like, that's what they have to do, though. You just have to find a timing window where you can catch the defenders setting up for their full retake. And that's the timing window they hit.
Of course, Levitan for the rest of the game in a position to basically buy up. So they're not too worried. A lot of ultimates to work with. Still, The kill contract for Dante, Kesnet, excuse me, is being held on to.
It's going to go so hard on round 1 of Ascent.
Shut up.
The crew are playing it.
He's saving it for Valorant 2.
Oh my god, Sato with that timing, but instantly traded by Mazzino.
All right, here we go. Okay, there's that kill contract now coming out. Okeanos causing some problems. It's calm in the contract, and Kesnet signed, sealed, and delivered. We'll take the kill.
I mean, this game is just pretty unreal display of the mechanical skill of the players in the server, if I'm being honest. Shot onto Okeanos, running around with the overdrive. Not bad. Not bad into the little kill contract. And now crew just want to slow things down. You know, just in case Tex is flanking, which he is, and over pushes, they'd be able to catch him. But Tex doesn't overextend himself.
Not spotted there. Tex good for one, if not more. Hey, okay.
Of course it's Kesnet and King in the 1 versus 1. They've been back and forth all game. He's been caught in 2 kill contracts. King beat him in the 1v1 clutch earlier. Can he do it again to send this to map 3? Keep the series going.
Kesnet will sit. Tucked up here in the C side of the map. Obviously for King, it's a little bit to work with. Should he try and be more methodical about how he wants to work this side, but he might be spotted out, and that's big damage for Kesnet. Oh! What a god to a non-believer! What a moment for Levitan as King steps up, shuts down his age-old nemesis, and keeps his team alive in this series.
What an unbelievable comeback from LEV. They were down 8-4, but beyond the scoreline, it felt like they were down mentally. The rounds they were losing were just dominance from crew at the end of that first half, and they are able to take it all the way back.